This one promises to be, with Salford 5th in the table and Leeds 4th. And the first knock-on of the game by fullback Steve Gibson. A nervous start for the Australian fullback. And he's cursing. So the first scrum close to the Salford line, and Ashton for Leeds, and whistle's gone already. Referee John Holdsworth from Kippax, just outside Leeds, one of the most vociferous and animated of all the referees in the Rugby League. Also one of the most respected, David Watkins.
I think that's a fair estimation of John. Sometimes we are rather critical of referees, but he seems fairly consistent, and I think that's what you look for in an official.
Steve Herbert. Cairns and Shaw both involved, and this is strong running here from Ian Blease. Tremendous cantering run from Blease, who flings it inside, and Gibson, he's over, but it won't count. It was a forward pass. But it's a really exciting start, and we've just picked up where we left off last week.
That's really what Salford wanted. They want their confidence now. There's a great anticipation here at the Willows about this Salford side, and that will do their confidence the world of good.
But it's a Leeds ball from the scrum. On again by Maskell, so he's taken the first 2 scrums. And Bentley gets his first feel of the ball in Rugby League. And that's good for him to get involved as early as that.
Yes, it is. He'll be having butterflies, to say the least, no matter what you've done in the other court. When you come into this game, it's the learning process all over again, and confidence will only come from playing it.
Well, Bacco lost himself a little bit there. He had the ball in his hands, let it slip, and then tried to give the pass too late. Salford very much in form at home this season. They've won a scrum. Cairns, little will-o'-the-wisp scrum half and captain for the day, in the absence of Peter Williams. Horrow scored the first try last week. He's running well again now. Takes play inside the Leeds 25. Bacco's tackle on Herbert stopped him in his tracks. There's Powell taking Gormley with him. Well, it was a useful kick, but it was fumbled as well by Ettingshausen. Not customary for the Australian fullback to have a dose of butterfingers. So he won't be too happy with that, but he is happier about playing fullback than on the wing. Well, something's got to give today. Salford have a 100% home record. Leeds have a 100% record on scrumdown. Awkward kick. Ettingshausen took it well over his shoulder, really. Now sets off, and he's got terrific pace, and this is the best of Andrew Ettingshausen. Well, that thrilled the Leeds fans. That's where he's so good in the full-back position. That was good from Ettingshausen.
Yes, he picked this one up well, and his long arching run there outside the defence, taking it right into the middle of the field. Only Shaw's desperate tackle brings him down.
Well, Crooks was at the shoulder and got that ball away brilliantly to Roy Powell in that tackle, showing his strength in holding off Gormley and doing that. Heron for Leeds. Cliff Lyons, good ball back inside Schofield, and the support coming up from Maskell, and Schofield's there again and running towards the line. Gary Schofield giving the pass now. Brooke Cowden. No, the try is not given. Well, controversially perhaps, but inches away from an opening score there. The New Zealand forward, Gary Schofield, at his best again.
Well, that's super enterprise by Neath now, because Heron brings the ball wide and then turns it back inside. Cliff Lyons here, a deft pass inside to Gary Schofield, and his change of direction set up play again for Maskell, and he comes back round on the loop, and that's a great player because it shows his anticipation, anticipating every part of it. And Buck Cowden only scrambling the ball, which meant it was a double touchdown. Referee rightly awarded Salford a penalty.
Short of Brown, and he came looking for the return pass. Oh, the ball knocked out of Keith Bentley's grasp there, so Leeds win it back just outside Salford's 25. Bacco will try and take them inside it. Again, Ashton's been so involved in these early stages. The halfback who gets less of the praise perhaps than Lyons. And John Bentley just couldn't hold on to the pass given him by Lee Crooks that time. But he's been involved at least 4 times in the opening 10 minutes of the game. Really testing day for the former rugby union international. That's an important scrum for them to take, and Lyons just looking to try to time the pass. So precision timing is required. Stevenson threw that ball ahead of Bentley, and that's the first sign really that they weren't quite in unison.
No, I was surprised at Leeds at that last scrum as well. When they had the penalty, nobody seemed to know exactly what they were going to do, a result of which they made a mess of it. They moved it out then, not quite knowing again what to do, and lost the ball, Stevenson down. And that's a sign where really the captain has got to get them together now and dictate and look for the tactic, what they want to do and how they're going to do it.
It's unhappy from Salford's point of view that Adrian Hadley spilled the pass. There'll be quite a few rugby union people in the crowd here, one imagines, today.
I think there will be, yes, because I think people are interested to see exactly how new converts take to our game.
Schofield, Stevenson, Lyons, this looks better, and Ettingshausen streaking forward, gives the ball out for Carl Gibson, who's in for the game's first try for Leeds. And it owed everything to the intervention of Andrew Ettingshausen from fullback at the crucial moment.
Well, the ball out now, Ettingshausen takes it on the burst. Look how he's taking it flat out. Gibson's got no chance to tackle him. Takes it on the outside, superb pass. Jones was drawn in to take the man. Gibson had the mere simplicity of finishing off the move.
So here he comes, and it's going to curl well wide of that right hand upright. So the first points of the game have gone to the Yorkshire club. Salford 0, Leeds 4.
Well, this is a result of direct play now. They've set the move up, they know what they're doing, they come in across Stevenson, brings it back outside, and that's good teamwork. Ettingshausen takes it on the outside because he's taken the ball on the full burst. Gibson in the right position to finish it off. Good try.
Now Brown will kick. It's gone straight to Gary Schofield. And his kick looks a better one. The perfect response.
Well, that's the difference, kicking and kicking well. I mean, Peter Brown kicked it aimlessly down the middle of the field. Gary caught the ball, Schofield, and of course put in a superb kick back up the field, takes the pressure of his horse. No more tackling they have to do, and they are still in Salford's 25.
Salford have it. Needed that one. And this is better. Oh, and tremendous running. That's Gibson. So we've seen tremendous fullback play from Ettingshausen, and there was Gibson, who's a very popular figure here at the Willows, coming into the line. Shaw's got a bit of a knock. but Gibson's got good speed too.
He has, and they use him quite a bit because he comes into all their back moves, and whenever the ball gets kicked in attack against him, it's usually given to him to drive it back out of defence, and he runs the ball very well.
Let's hear from Malcolm Reilly on the Leeds benches with Nick.
Malcolm, you're doing better than Salford, and you're particularly kicking much better than Salford.
Yes, we're in a better territorial game than they are. We could still do with a little bit more organisation in that department, but that last kick he got a Scofield was a particularly good kick.
And Andrew Ettingshausen is a tremendous running form for you.
Yes, he is. He's on the ball now, and he's going to go for a try.
He certainly is. Ettingshausen, no, he's not quite made it. Or has he? Yes, the referee awards the try. Well, Malcolm Reilly turned into a commentator then for a moment. And Ettingshausen is emerging as an early candidate for man of the match.
Well, I think we might have given you a new job there, Malcolm. You've got to be a commentator.
Oh, well, it was just appropriate, but Cliff Lyons made the break, and as ever, Andrew Ettingshausen came very fast up on his outside, and he's got bags of pace, and he took a very well-judged try.
And just outside the 25, he sliced it wide. So no successful kicks yet for Stevenson, but Leeds now 8 points in the lead.
So this is the advantage of the ball coming away quickly, and look how Cliff Lyons makes this arching run, takes it outside of the defence, and Ettingshausen, because of his supreme appreciation of the game, brings the ball on the inside, and sheer speed takes him. Well, Hadley is going to catches him here, but surely for the volume of his running over the line, the referee was quite right in giving him a superb try.
Just 5 minutes of the half to go. Bentley. Oh, I think the Leeds crowd will warm to John Bentley. A few of them applauding his run there. As he held off the first man, he's certainly strong. Bacco's lost it in the tackle. Salford badly need a score before the break.
Yes, they do, and they've got to start putting their game together. They've got to start driving hard down the middle, and their half-backs have got to be coming up in support.
And the first unseemly incident of the half has involved Bacco, and I think he might be taking a short walk. Steve Herbert's run came to a shuddering halt then, thanks to slamming Sam. And he understands that. 10 minutes in the dressing room. 5 this half and 5 at the start of the second half.
You can never condone something when you commit a foul, but I feel that Bacco has played much better today. He's running with the ball, and he's releasing it in the tackle better, and he's looking a much better player than I've seen him at any other time in the Leeds jersey.
So as Bacco goes to the cooler, Salford have a chance here. Halfway inside the Leeds half, and they really haven't been in this position for a long time, and Shaw was caught by Lyons' tackle. They play together at Manly, of course, Shaw and Lyons. Looking at the adversaries today, though, all spilled. And Shaw's got a bit of a dead leg, and well, you can see the trouble he's in. Salford desperately need it, but they've not got it. And Leeds, well, you sense every time that they go away like this with Schofield and now Bentley that they're capable of scoring today. They've got a lot more pace with Ettingshausen at fullback. Must be a knock on here, and Salford are going to have to take Paul Shaw off and bring Andrew Mercer on, and it really will be a blow to Salford if they lose Shaw. They've got to really work on him in the dressing room at half-time.
They have. He's a key figure in the side. Taking him out of the Salford side, they're never as effective as when he's in it. It is rather sad to see him going from it, to be substituted. And perhaps, as you say, the injury isn't bad enough, really, that perhaps with a bit of treatment he might come out for the second half.
We can only hope that Shaw reappears, and I'm sure Kevin Ashcroft in there must desperately hope for that. Not looking good for him at the moment. And the ball passed out there, and there was no coordination really in the Salford ranks that time. Leeds have tackled really well in this first half. It's been exemplary.
Yes, they have. Their team performance is very good.
So there's nowhere really for Bentley to go there, and as a result of which Leeds have the ball back in their hands. Lyons is staying down. He's going to now. Sees the funny side of it as well. And Leeds will know there's only 2 or 3 minutes to go to the hooter. There again, it's Bentley who's come in field. So he's got really involved. That's been good to see. Stevenson just holding on, gives Gibson the pass. Oh, Ashton. It's good to see Ashton working so well, and Stevenson, and there must be chances here. Oh, the pass in the end wasn't good enough. But Powell is rampaging away. And the ball inside for Bentley, who's coming looking for his first try. Gives it back inside, and Gary Schofield. There's going to be a try, and there surely is here for Mark Brookcowden. Well, he nearly scored the first try of the match, did Brookcowden, and then he was there when Gary Schofield couldn't quite make it. He could.
Well, this is a revitalised Leeds. They're moving the ball out wide all the time, and Ashton, as we talked about, harrying at defence, is chipping in. The ball coming back to him. Maskell on to Stevenson. The bad pass there, but because the support was there, it meant that it wasn't a bad pass. It was picked up off the floor. Powell then takes it inside. Bentley, who's been involved in just about everything Leeds have done in one form or other, throws it back inside. It's that man Schofield again, draws the defence. Brookcowden again. That's good support play, and that's a marvellous try by Leeds.
Yes, that's as good a try as you can see. Well, Mark Brookcowden scored against Salford last season, and he's done it again.
Well, Leeds committed to moving the ball about, and although it wasn't a good pass, a mistimed pass, because of the support, Powell picks up the ball. Bentley now, rightly, look at that for a rugby union man, comes inside looking for the ball, takes it on, draws the defence to him by cutting diagonally across again, throws it back inside. As we see Schofield sidestepping in, the defence is in all kinds of problem. Good support from Brookcowden, and what a try.
As we go into injury time in the first half, Leeds with the chance to go 14-0 up at the break. And this time Stevenson takes it. It's snooker-like in off the far post though, and 14 points to 0. And Salford totally unrecognisable from the side that beat Wigan.
Yes, they don't seem to have the spot.
What's going off round you, trying to take as many players into vision as possible.
John, thanks very much. We'll enjoy the action in the second half. You've got a job to do. The players are on their way out. Let's rejoin John Helm.
Yes, here come Leeds, and nice to see that the Lancashire club are giving the Yorkshire referee a cup of tea in the dressing room, even though their side are losing at half-time. And Salford will start the second half with the former Great Britain second row man Mick Worrell on in place of Ian Gormley. And it's Salford's turn to kick off at the start of the second half. That's the Rugby Union man John Bentley, who's adapted very, very quickly indeed to rugby league. He's first in the action again. First half scrums went Leeds' way, 8-6, and there was one against the head for each side. 6 penalties though conceded by the Yorkshire club, and they also made most errors, 10 against Salford's 8. They are in front by 14 points, and that's going to take some catching up for Salford.
It really is. I have no doubts that Kevin Ashcroft in the dressing room at half-time was telling them they've got to sort themselves out.
But encouragement here from one of their 2 substitutes on, Andrew Mercer, who came on just before half-time in place of Forshaw. That was a good run. And coming into the action any second now, and they missed him out, was Mick Worrell. Hadley. Seen a lot of Adrian Hadley. I'm sure the Salford crowd would love to roar one of his runs. Brown, towering kick and taken by Jones for Salford, but the ball has gone to ground and it's picked up by Gary Schofield for Leeds, who sets off. A herring run from Schofield, a brilliant run indeed. He sold a dummy, brings it inside, and a fine tackle on Bentley, but Bentley was there alongside him all the way. But that was exciting from Schofield. And it's a really good start to the second half once more for Leeds now. Not a good ball from Crooks though, but Gibson has taken it. Gibson going down the outside will carry on, and he'd get the ball inside for Cliff Lyons. If there'd been one more man up there, they had to score. Ashton is still only 7 or 8 yards out. Well, Salford can ill afford to give away another try. The game would be almost beyond them then. Heron, Schofield, Ettingshausen's there again. Oh, lovely reverse flip to Bentley. And he couldn't keep the momentum going, and so it's Salford's turn. A rip-roaring start to the second half. It's lost once more. Oh, and then Brooke Cowden threw out a rather sloppy pass, but Roy Powell's here, and he'll try and power his way to the line. 6 tackles for Leeds. And the supporters who've come across the Pennines are really trying to spur them on to another try. And if they get it close to the sticks, Leeds could have a 20-point advantage here. Crooks, he'll try and burst a hole through the middle. Ashton skips into the jaw, and David Stevenson takes it, and Stevenson, who I thought he was going to be a scorer, then he gave the ball away when he really didn't need to do. Gary Schofield early in this second half has shown us his paces.
Well, that's right, coming out of defence and taking on the defence here, and when he's most dangerous in his own 25. And look how well John Bentley sells the dummy to John Bentley, but John knows full well he's got to be up on his inside for support. And Gary looks for it at the last moment. John's there, the cover defence at the same time. Wait!
And again Schofield's there, and again he's gone for the gap, and again it's Ettingshausen bursting through from full-back, feeding Gibson. And Leeds seem absolutely yards quicker at the moment, especially when Ettingshausen comes up and touch judge is on. Everybody's looking a bit perplexed out there. And Horrow is the player to earn a rebuke from referee Holdsworth. Well, all points are useful to Leeds. 14 to the good. No, not this time. And David Stevenson hasn't had the best of days with his kicking. Steve Herbert will run all day. Little rugby league prop forward. There's the other prop, Brown. Now Cairns. He's the one that Salford will be looking to get them ticking from half-back. Bentley. Well, it's a more angled kick this time. It's a much better kick from Bentley. Still Ettingshausen have the speed to get across there and pick it up. He'll have the speed to go round the first man. And then fling out the pass to Lyons. And John Bentley now coming in field. Still John Bentley looking to go through the middle maybe this time. So a spirited run from Bentley on his debut.
It has. He's done just about everything one could expect from him. It would be nice now to see if Gary can put him away with a long sprint to see just how quick the boy is.
Oh, Maskell's made the break through the middle, and Gary Schofield is up there with him, and surely Gary Schofield's on his way to a try. Under the sticks goes Schofield. Well, he's had a barren run. That's his first in 4 games. And that's the longest he'd gone since last March without a try. He's put it straight with his 14th of the season.
Well, Salford have battled away all this half, trying to get up into the Leeds half. They get up there, Maskell makes a break from acting half-back, and that's a place you should never get away from. He has done, draws the full-back, who's up in support, none other than Gary Schofield, and you don't catch Gary Schofield in his situations, and that's a good try.
And 2 points for Stevenson means that Leeds have sailed away into a 20-point lead. And surely they can't be caught now.
Well, I would think it would be very difficult. Well, Maskell gets away from acting half-back, and that's something you shouldn't do. I mean, they're standing there like two policemen on duty doing nothing at all. Maskell straight down the middle, draws the full-back superbly. Gary on the outside, as always. Schofield away, and you don't catch Gary Schofield in those situations.
He's done as well as anybody in the Salford pack, and as he puts that kick in, it goes straight to Schofield. He seems to be magnetising the ball at the moment. Crooks, and the support is here from Medley, who's got the pace to go all the way. Paul Medley streaking away, looks for the pass inside. Ettingshausen was there, but they're still in trouble here, Salford, because they're desperately trying to get men back. Powell, Ashton, Maskell, and he put the pass out. He was looking for David Heron and put it straight into Salford hands. There was Medley's pace once again for all to see.
Yes, it is, and this is the role he's come on, but this is the difference in Leeds, the way they're running. The support is there. Medley, bring him on the second half. The defence is tiring, and this boy's speed can create gaps anywhere. Races up to the full-back. Perhaps the support wasn't quite up for them, as a result of which he succumbed to 2 tackles.
But we're back live now, and there's a real chance for Salford now, it was Mick Worrell who got away. It was a huge long pass to him. It's the sort of thing Salford have got to do. They've got to take a few risks now to get these men striding away. And they're throwing out much longer passes than they've been doing in the first hour of the game. Bentley here. Look, you see, having to sling out the really huge passes in a bid to try and get to that Leeds try line. It's probably the only way they are going to get there. And Horrow is again hauled down on the last tackle. It's been unfortunate for them, that, but Salford are having to take the risks. There is a danger, of course, they're going to concede more tries.
That's why I'm always worried when those long floating balls go over, because interception try really breaks the back of the opposition. But they are trying to move it about. They know they are desperately trying to get a score, and that's the only way they can do it.
And here come Leeds again. Bacco slipped it very well to Medley, then Schofield, and now... But it's still Bentley. He just couldn't hold the tackler and then put the forward pass to Schofield, but he was unlucky there. Schofield's shaking his head, and Gibson hauling himself up. But it's good to see Bentley in full flight.
Yes, Leeds are now throwing it out, and they are running straight. Bacco playing much better than he's played for some time. Can load the ball away, and that's good. Medley picks it up. Gary Schofield now takes it out of defence. Draws the opposition, draws the defence. Hadley now turns his back, which is deadly against a winger. Bentley has the opportunity to go, tries to come back inside because the defence is coming outside him. Does very well here, unfortunately forward. Gary's disappointed because he knows he would have scored.
And you get the feeling that Leeds might just try and get Bentley on the score sheet. Oh, the ball's gone to ground again, and if he picks this one up, there has to be a try. He's decided to still run as Stevenson, then throws it back inside. Cliff Lyons will dribble it as well. Everybody's playing football now, and the whistle's gone. And if Stevenson had gone for the pick-up then, he was a certain scorer.
He was really. I mean, Salford now are trying to throw everything into attack from seemingly impossible positions, the result of which the ball was knocked down, and David Stevenson was unfortunate there, and he didn't quite know what to do, whether to try and pick it up or give it one more chip over the line.
Brown. And again, oh, the ball. He put out the pass that could so easily have been intercepted. But this is the pattern of the game for the remaining minutes, I'm sure. Gormley's back on, by the way. 13 minutes to go, and I wonder if that's going to be unlucky 13 for Salford, who again got the ball to ground. Oof, referee, surprising, that the ball was knocked back. Straight to the hands of Gibson, so he's got another running chance. And straighten up now. And so strong is Carl Gibson, he knocked off the first two men. Schofield. Bentley can't hold on to that one, but again it went behind him. Not on this occasion, no, knock on this time.
The difference then, two wings, you know, both Bentley new coming into the game. At least they're getting involved as much as they can. The Salford wings really staying out there, and I would have thought that Adrian Hadley now must, with all the potential that we know that he has, must come in and involve himself a little more by coming in field like Carl Gibson does and seeing whether or not he can break through the middle himself.
Bentley's making a break for Salford. Good running from Keith Bentley, or a searing run from Bentley. Great pace he showed there. Back inside, and Salford have a chance here with Gibson. Going for the line, back inside. Oh, if he holds on, has he? Yes, he has! And that's a fine try for Ian Bragger. Well, a really good try that for Salford, and that's got to give them encouragement. And the ball went through about 4 or 5 pairs of hands. And good for Bragger to get a try on only his second appearance for the club.
Salford now back up in the Leeds half, move the ball out, and instead of moving it across the field, making it easy for the defence, Bentley stands 2 men still. Ettenhausen doesn't quite get hold of him, chases from behind, as Heron does as well. Bragger following up the ball, takes it on. Gibson, like all good fullbacks, should be anticipating the pass, takes steps inside his man. Bragger nearly loses the ball here, but gets over for an excellent Salford try.
And a goal to go with it as well from Peter Brown, and Salford at long last are on the sheet. Six points to 20. But it's going to be some revival if Salford get out of this one. It needs a Houdini act.
I think it will.
Gibson ran really well in his involvement in that try, and he's running well again now. So the Salford crowd are long last getting behind their side. They've not, in truth, given them a great deal to shout about up to now, but they've shown more urgency in this last 10 minutes, no doubt about that.
Well, they've taken the defence on, they've run straight, and it's always pretty easier to go straight than it is to go across the field and make it easy for the defence.
Well, they've obviously hit upon a policy of flinging out these long passes. Now Hadley's coming in field. No progress for him there. Might be this time. He played the ball to himself, Adrian Hadley. Now, what can he do? Can he make it all the way? Ettingshausen's got across to try and stop him. And it's good to see Hadley getting involved.
Well, that's much better by Hadley then. He took the initiative, took the tap himself quickly, saw that the defence wasn't really coming across to him, shot up the touchline, but Ettenhausen read it well and cut him off.
With 5 minutes to go, it's Leeds again threatening the Salford try line. Heron. Oh, he's had a good game, Heron, and he might ground it. Oh, and again, that pass is intercepted right at the death. It's Gormley who took it, otherwise there had to be another try. There's been some excellent running in the match. It's surprising there have been only 4 tries so far.
Yes, the defence, Leeds' defence have held more often, obviously, than Salford's have, and they've played quite well in defence. But on the other hand, Salford haven't really been taking it on down the middle. They've been trying to float long balls across all the time, and the defence has covered most of what Salford have thrown against them.
They're certainly showing more imagination at the moment, and they're supporting better here. Cairns and Worrell. Cairns again. They're really keeping the ball moving through the hands, and this is good from Salford. Oh, that was brilliant how he managed to hold on to that to the end, but it had to be a forward pass. That was a brilliant bit of juggling.
You don't get any tries for doing things like that, but Enterprise, he's smiling about as well. Fantastic bit of handling, really. He'd lost it twice, went over his back, and he caught it back again.
Out for Salford, and Cairns holds off Ashton, gives it to Keith Bentley. Oh, huge pass again for Hadley, who's come in field and running straighter now. Hadley still going too, very good running from the Welshman. So he's had 2 very good runs in the last few minutes. Cairns, oh, there must be a chance here. There seem to be a lot of Salford men up in this attack, trying to stretch Leeds, and it was a fine tackle, but they're keeping the ball moving. Worrell, 15 yards out. So it's been a bit of a grandstand finish by Salford. Herbert, he'll take it over, but the ball was played forward. So Steve Herbert can't add to the long list of tries he's scored in his career. In by Ashton, taken out by Ashton, given to Lyons, given to Ettingshausen, and a very good tackle indeed. It's by Gibson, not Steve Gibson, this is Carl Gibson. 2 Bentleys and 2 Gibsons on the field. It's a bit confusing. Just a couple of minutes left. Medley takes the ball from Crooks. Again, Bacco looks for that little slip pass. Couldn't give it this time. Lyons, good ball. Stevenson. Inside is the full-back to Ettingshausen again, the kick over the top. There could well be a Leeds score here. If we fix this one up, it's a simple try. Well, we're all playing football with it again. Now it's back for Ashton, but again there'll be no try. Well, it seemed from here again so simple maybe to have picked the one up. It's a difficult one always.
I think it was one, leave it to me, I'll leave it to you, and as a result of it, neither of them went for the ball. It came back. Lee Crooks vainly tried to put it across the front of the post, but to be picked up wasn't to happen.
In, and it's out as well for Leeds, and there could be a try right at the end here for Carl Gibson. Yes, there is, and it's Gibson's second of the match, and it was all so simple in the end. And that has rounded it off surely now, and it's been coming for a long time.
Yes, they've played good control football. David Heron draws the man perfectly. Carl Gibson, unopposed, goes across the line, takes his time to put it down, and Gibson dejectedly walks away.
Obviously, other Gibson who is dejected. This one is delighted. Carl Gibson, 2 tries for him today. And he takes the salute and goes on to 11 tries for the season. Not today. So round the corner he comes, and that's not going to score either. And the hooter goes, and a really comprehensive win for Leeds then, by 24 points to 6, and as a result of this success they'll jump above St Helens in the league table into 3rd place. So it was comprehensive in the end, Leeds winning by 24 points to 6. They scored 5 tries to 1, and as a result of this win they move above St Helens into 3rd place in the league table. Let's find out who the man of the match is now as we join David Watkins in the Leeds dressing room.
Well, I think you'll all agree, whenever we feature Leeds on Scrumdown, we're always assured of a highly entertaining game. Today was no exception. But for me, the man of the match, or the Stones Bitter Man of the Match award, that is, goes to number 7, scrum half Ray Ashton. Well done, Ray. Good performance this afternoon, and perhaps it'll keep you quiet now instead of calling me over all the time.
Well, I won't be doing any more Gareth Edwards impersonations, but it's just nice to win this award when we've got so many great players in the Leeds team, and I just hope we can go on from strength to strength now.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, John, well played today. The transition's always difficult. How did you find the game?
I found it very quick. The first half was a lot easier than the second half, but yeah, I found it different in pace from the Union game, certainly.
You like to get involved, you got involved as much as you could, and obviously you'll be looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's good to have a win as well. Lads played well, yeah. It's an easy team to mould into. Everybody played well, yeah.
Well, it wasn't the same Salford this week, Kevin. A little disappointing.
Very disappointing. But you know, there's an old saying, David, you can't afford to lose as much ball as we've done today and expect to win. And I think if you really look at the statistics, that we've probably had to do probably a bit between 60 and 80 tackles more than we should have done when we give possession away on the first and second tackle. And with a side like Leeds, they've got pace to burn on the outside. Very, very good side. You can't afford to do it.
Well, I expect Kevin Ashcroft will be particularly interested in our match analysis. They show that although Leeds won the game comfortably, it was Salford who edged the scrums 14-13. Hooker Mark Moran also won 2 of the 3 that went against the head. Salford didn't concede as many penalties as Leeds. The count went 11-7 against the men from Yorkshire. Amazingly, considering the margin of their victory, Leeds made half a dozen more mistakes than Salford, 24-18. Topping the Salford tackle count was Mick Worrell, despite the fact that he didn't come on until the second half. Moran and David Cairns were joint runners-up. Roy Powell was the game's top tackler with 30. David Heron effected 21 tackles and Lee Crooks 20. Now let's see what else has been happening today with Nick.
And in the John Player Trophy, Bradford's surprise Cass. A David Hobbs drop goal was finally the difference. The transfer listed Phil Ford was due to return for Bradford, but he wasn't at the ground. Elsewhere, Michael O'Connor saves St Helens from defeat by Hull with a try in the dying minutes. A Barry Ledger hat-trick for Lee gives him 20 tries for the season. Knocker Norton's back in style, scoring 1 try and making 3 more for Wakefield. Tonight's full results. John Player Special Trophy, second round. Castleford 18, Bradford Northern 19. Chorley 22, Hulkingston Rovers 36. Lee 40, Doncaster 8. St Helens 16, Hull 13. Sheffield 9, Widnes 32. Wakefield 38, Rochdale 12. Warrington 42, Bramley 10. The Stones Bitter Championship, Salford 6, Leeds 24. Division 2, Fulham 8, York 22. Huddersfield against Workington postponed. Keighley 16, Hunslet 19. Mansfield 6, Dewsbury 34. Whitehaven 15, Swinton 15. A quick look at the championship table, just the one game today of course, but significant in that it takes Leeds out of place to third ahead of St Helens, level on points with Widnes, but the Chemics have a far superior points difference. None of the second division's top 4 played in the league today. Well, Scrumdown will be back at its usual time of 11:30 next Sunday evening with the best of the championship action. But we leave you with a reminder of the flowing style which brought Leeds 5 tries here at the Willows. Good night.